Okay, I'm live. This is my official, sorry, YouTube, I haven't uploaded in so long. This is my official YouTube video of a review because I was watching reviews in different areas. I'm originally from Ohio and I relocated to Jacksonville, Florida for 2 years. So I'm just going to tell you my thoughts and my opinion, Akron, Ohio versus Jacksonville, Florida. Moved down there 2 years. I was down there for 2 years. And if you're familiar with Ohio, you know how Ohio is. The weather's cold in the wintertime. Seasons are weird. I'm Ohio born, whatever. Moving to Jacksonville, Florida. I did that 2017. Excuse the noise. I have children's doing stuff. So anyway, I relocated to Jacksonville, Florida. And when I went to Jacksonville, Florida, it was like a culture change. The benefits are no state taxes. Ohio, you have a state tax um, that comes out, so you don't pay any of that. But the cost of living is a little more expensive, and it's a huge culture change, diversity. So the things I missed about Akron were Swensons. I love Swensons and family. So the main reason we stay in Ohio is because family. All my family's up here. So much to support, and I love my family so much. They're awesome. Now Jacksonville, I only had like a couple of people I knew down there. So I was like isolated and everything was new. I absolutely hate the tolls. There are tolls that you have to pay and you can't really avoid it. I hate, this is in Jacksonville. I hate the toll roads. I got charged $300 in tolls and I didn't realize I was being charged because they basically had the tolls flashing and they flash and scan your plate. So you don't really know you're being charged until you get a bill or you go to get your plates registered and then you can't because you owe like $100. That happened to me. I didn't realize the flashing thing. I thought when you got off the exit, they would charge you for some reason. I just don't understand how this works. And then they put like a little date on there saying 80 cents per time you use the expressway. And I happen to live the expressway. And they built it and they weren't charging. But then by a certain day, they started charging. And I forgot. And I had become a habit to use it to get to the other side of town for 15 minutes instead of an hour because of traffic. I used the tolls, and when they started the tolls, I didn't realize I got charged that much. So you can get like a Sun Pass, they call it Sun Pass, and then you load your account, and every time you go through it, if your balance is like $10, they'll charge you $10, so you don't get extra fees. But the tolls suck, and I guess that compensates for the taxes. The other thing I hate in Jacksonville are the schools. The school system, Akron, Ohio. Ohio's education is way better than Jacksonville's. Jacksonville's school system is delayed. But however, the thing that I do like about the Jacksonville school system is that they have specialties for aerospace, where students who are like in high school have the ability to fly a plane. My daughter was like in an aerospace program, which was amazing if you stay focused. There's a lot of distractions down there. The kids are like really advanced. Overall, the weather, beautiful, wonderful all the time. Like the sunsets, the sunrises, gorgeous. Like the sky is beautiful. Ohio, it's not like that. Jacksonville, the beach is about 45 minutes away. Gorgeous, clean beach. People really care about the environment. They clean up. People are really fit. There are people outside working out at 6 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's outside. Majority of the population is fit. Like I got fit. And then plus you have the benefit of walking outside and losing 10 pounds because it's like 100 degrees outside. Beautiful. If you like the heat and you like the culture, the food, I love the food down there. It's so diverse. There's like so many different shops you can go to: Ethiopian, Colombian, Hispanic, Mexican, Japanese. It's just so diverse. The population there in Jacksonville is like 3 times the size of Cleveland, Ohio. Massive. But the downtown is smaller than Akron, Ohio. Like Akron, Ohio's downtown is way bigger and better than Jacksonville's. Like, I'm kidding you. Another thing downtown, the jail's downtown. So you see a lot of bail bonds places downtown, and across from the courthouse is a ton of homeless people. And they're working on the homeless population there for veterans. But there's a huge homeless population there. And the other thing in Jacksonville there are a lot of bridges. And I hate how the streets are built. It's like whoever built the streets and the highways there, like in Ohio, they have like common sense of how they built the highways. If it's 13 miles away, it will take you 13 minutes to get there. However, in Jacksonville, if it's 13 miles away, it will take you 30 minutes to get there. Now, that just might be because of the traffic, but it's just like, I don't know how they built the roads down there. They suck. It takes entirely too long to get somewhere that's 10 miles. It should not be that way. And also because the population is massive. Like in Orange Park area, there's already like 1 million people. There's so many people in that area. Everything is always packed. Akron versus Jacksonville in population, massive population. Akron versus Jacksonville in growth, massive growth in Jacksonville. Akron, the only reason Akron is growing because LeBron James has invested so much and brought so much in there. Plus Akron U, that's the main thing. Akron U and LeBron James, main thing. In downtown, they've done downtown, but there's still places that are just completely shut down. Like Chapel Hill Mall, I love Chapel Hill Mall. It was amazing, and I went there from coming back from 2 years, and like most of my favorite places are shut down, and it's just depressing. A lot of things are shut down, but they are building in certain areas like downtown, and the Summit Mall is of course always blooming, but it's just like depressing to see like another Rolling Acres in Akron shut down, where in Jacksonville they have the avenues, they have the Orange Park Mall always packed. Like there's not one store in there that's like closed. Complete growth and overpopulation in Jacksonville, continued growth, new development everywhere, jobs everywhere. However, I had a hard time getting a job there. I don't know why. Akron, Ohio, it's difficult to get jobs. The pay is low, minimum wage is lower. Jacksonville, the pay is higher. Food, I love the food. It's awesome. I'm trying to think what else I like down there. Of course, the beach. I love the beach. I could never get enough of the beach. And then the center location at Jacksonville was awesome. Is because Atlanta, Georgia was 5 hours away. Tampa, Florida is 3 hours away. And then Orlando, 2.5 hours away. Fort Daytona Beach, about 1.5 hours away. Everything, like you can hit all the spots. And the most funniest thing I love about Florida is you can go to the East Coast and watch the sunrise, and it takes you about 4 hours to get to the other coast, the Gulf, and you can watch the sunset, something like that. Yeah, sunrise is on the east, and you watch it set in the Gulf in one day, and because it's small, it's like narrow, and I thought that was phenomenal. Hi, one for you watching. Thanks for watching me talk. It's so awesome. I'm glad you're watching me on YouTube Live. Thank you. The other thing that I want to say is family, family, family. If you don't know nobody, it can be lonely. You can be on your own little island. But meet up in community and church is huge down south. Major. There is so much community in church. Jacksonville is very, very, very family oriented. There's a lot of families there. There's a lot of kids there. There's like really nothing to do there except for eat and football and go to the beach. There are other activities, but nobody really goes out past like 9 o'clock. People like chill with their families. Where in like Akron or Cleveland, there's like the flats you can go down to. Well, it used to be. There's places you can go out. Compared to coming back from Jacksonville, I've been shocked. Akron has gotten worse on the number 19 list of the murder city. I guess it's number 19 on the nation's murder capital. I don't know when that happened, but I guess people in Akron are just losing their mind and killing people. It's gotten worse, and it's a little bit more dangerous where you can't go to certain places. Jacksonville used to be the murder city, but I guess Akron, Ohio is outbeat Jacksonville. Dayton has actually outbeat people too. So personality-wise, when we first moved down there, South people are very, very nice. It was a shock to me. They're like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. And that shocked me. They're very friendly and they talk to you and smile. That Southern hospitality is really great. We're up north. We get scared and we're rude and we don't talk to people. We cut people off. We give them attitude. That's not down there. They're very friendly. You go to the gas station. They want to know you, who you are. Very personable. Up here, it's like, don't even talk to me. you got problems. And I've already witnessed a lot of people getting attitudes with me because I got Florida license plates. It's like, oh, she's not from here. The other thing that I want to say is, what about Jacksonville? The houses, they don't have basements. Yeah, there's no basements because it's all sand. Oh, yeah, yeah. They build on sand. It cracks me up because I come from a solid foundation, not a fluid one that slips away. So when I moved down there, I was cracking up because I see them doing construction and they're building a highway on like a hill of sand. And I'm like, how's that going to work? It's just going to blow away. It's not very sturdy. Where we have like sleet and mud and clay and sturdy foundation in Ohio, clay, like layers of clay, like seriously, sit and just slate and all that. They don't have that foundation down there. So they don't have basements. They're not the basements. So you have like the same cost of a house that's really compact together, with no basements for like a price. Like I can get a 5-bedroom house for way cheap in Ohio compared to Florida, and I lose a whole level. Cost of living is more expensive there, but again, you don't have the Ohio state tax, the local tax. You don't have that. Sales tax is pretty high there, like for a car. Like when I went to go purchase a car, the sales tax was like $900 for title or something like that. It was crazy that you got to pay out of pocket if you don't go through a dealership. For Ohio, it's way cheaper. The main thing, your favorite thing I like is the food, the people, and the beach. Hurricanes. I went through one hurricane, and it just rained, but I was terrified. Oh, hurricanes, they act like it's the apocalypse. I feel like it's the apocalypse, but 2 weeks before it hits, you run out of water, you run out of gas. You need to actually leave 4 days before it even comes in, or you'll be stranded with no bread, no water, no gas. They put limits on the bread, the water, everything 4 days before the hurricane comes. And then if you do leave, I did leave one time, the exodus is like an apocalypse. And every exit, if you go to Atlanta, to get off to get gas. And Atlanta is like maybe 300 miles. You have to stop at least once or twice. Every exit you go to get off to get gas to exit for a hurricane, the gas station's empty. So a lot of people pile gas things on their car, which is dangerous, so they can refill. But it's an absolute nightmare and panic attack. And then some people that are dieharders, like, I'm never going to leave Florida. They stay. They stay. And they're really bold and they ride 4 wheels through it. The other thing is, I need you to be quiet, please. The other thing about Jacksonville is hurricanes are scary, but they have so much notice on when a hurricane comes, and you have time to prepare if you're not lazy, but do not wait till the last minute or you'll be in a bad predicament. Ohio has snow, freezing cold, 20, it's like 20 degrees today. I hate it. My hands were freezing today. I forgot how bad the cold was. Like I go out and I'm like, you know what that is. If you're from up north, you know what that is. When you touch the steering wheel and your fingers freeze. I came back here during the winter month with no winter clothes because they don't really sell winter clothes down in Florida. They didn't even know what earmuffs were, like for real. Like they did not. They thought my daughter had earmuffs and they thought they were headsets, like fuzzy headsets. And she's like, these are earmuffs. And they had no idea, like the kids had no idea what they were because they don't use them. I've never had to wear gloves, never had to wear a hat during the winters. The winters are like 40 degrees. Nothing compared to Ohio, where you have that wind that hits your bones and it feels like zero and it feels like fingers and toes are freezing. I hate it here. I hate the cold. I hate it. That's the only thing I can't stand about Ohio. If Ohio had a beach, the warm weather, I would stay here forever. But unfortunately, it doesn't. So I want to get out. I love my family. That's the only reason why you stay in Ohio is because of family. That's it. There's nothing here to do. That's why people from Ohio are creative and do music and do something to get out of here. The other thing about Jacksonville, everybody's got tattoos all over their body. Everybody, like even 50-year-olds have tattoos everywhere. Everywhere. Beautiful tattoos. Like I want to get one all down my arm and my leg or whatever. Beautiful tattoos. The other thing about Jacksonville is the neighborhoods aren't separate. Like in Ohio, you have certain areas that are bad that you know are bad. In Jacksonville, you'll be driving past a nice area, Oasis, and then right next door, the projects. It's not separate. And it's like, I'm going, wait a minute, I'm in a rough place. And then it's like, oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's right next. There's no division. There's no separate area. It's just spots of stuff where you have no idea where you're at till it's bad. Um, like I was driving around one neighborhood and I'm like, oh, it's cool, it's cool. And I started seeing some boarded up houses and I seen some fake Jordans being sold in the corner, like with the one, like the jump man with the one leg. It's not two legs jump man, it's just one because it's bootleg. I was like, oh, you in the hood. Like, I have no idea we're in the hood, but we're in the hood. And then Oasis, there's like nice houses. And it's like, I'm like, they don't try to rob y'all or I don't know. The separation thing is totally different. Where in Akron, you go to a certain side, like Akron North side can be a little bit rough. You go there, but a lot of the people on the north side of Akron are coming in, like people from out of the country are coming and buying it up and flipping houses. So Akron has been depressing for me for everything that's been closing. If you're a LeBron James fan and you just go downtown, you look at all the growth, the downtown has changed drastically. I've been in Akron for like 8 years compared to when I started. Here I was like around Akron U in like '03 to when I left was like 2017. The development and progress that they made in 3 years since I've been gone has been phenomenal. Unfortunately, the progress in certain areas, like businesses and companies, have closed down and malls have shut down. Um, the other thing about Jacksonville, this is a lot kind of long-winded. Yeah, you got to have a church community and you'll meet people. If you don't go to church, you won't meet nobody. They do a lot of meetups down there in Jacksonville, and there's so many people. There are so many people. And then there are more men there than women. Like, there's a church I went to in, it's like half men, half women, and that's rare. Usually it's like 90% women, 10% men. The churches down there have tons of men. The community have tons of men. And it's like in military area too. A lot of people get stationed in and out. So there's a lot of military people. The news is crazy. People are crazy down there, just like people are crazy in Akron. But people are in Akron are crazy because they're cold. I think people in Jacksonville are crazy because they're hot. Oh, and they drive. People in Ohio drive way better than in Florida. There are people, they drive insane. It's like NASCAR racing. Like I'm like it'll be 35 miles per hour and there'll be accidents of cars flipped over. Like, how do you flip over going 30? Jacksonville. I'm talking to you, Jacksonville, Florida. How do you flip your car over going 35 miles per hour? What are you doing? Are you like, oh, I'm hot. Hit the medium and flip. Like, what is that? Ohio, we don't do that. And then Ohio's kind of like a police state. You can't drive like that. You get tickets for going like 3 miles above the speed limit. You cannot drive like that. They pull you over for everything. Like the state troopers actually do their job. Like when I came back, I stopped on the side of the road for 5 minutes to give my baby a bottle because she threw it on the ground and I put my hazard lights on. Out of nowhere, a state trooper comes and says, ma'am, are you okay? I'm like, yes, sir, I am. He was nowhere. In 5 minutes. I was only there for 5 minutes. Ohio, be on it. Jacksonville, you get into a car accident, you are waiting there for an hour for one officer to show up. Like, okay, so we lived on the nice side, which was like Oakleaf. It's like the rich side, diversified, nice rich side. And then we ended up in the hood of 103rd. Oh, yeah, people off 103rd. So we ended up over there and we moved to 103rd. There was an ambulance every single couple of times where my daughter, that's 2, was like, woo, 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 ambulance, ambulance, woo, because it would go off so much. So the police there, if you get into an accident, something happens, they're not going to be there right away to help you. It's going to take them an hour to get to you for emergencies. So why even call them? I got into one car accident. It took them 45 minutes, an hour to show up. And I'd already exchanged insurance information with the person and left because it took too long. Ohio, the police would have been there 5-minute stops. Like, for real. Maybe I would have waited 20 minutes. Ohio, the police be on it. Here is a lot of stuff people do in Jacksonville. There's no way they'll get rid of it. They will not get away with it in Ohio. Second thing is, Jacksonville's paperwork is loose. Ohio, you have to do a lot of documentation to get approved for anything. Jacksonville, super loose paperwork, and it might be because of the immigrants that come in easily. I'm not racist or anything like that, but I did not have to provide a lot of documentation where I had to in Ohio. Oh, another thing too, if you come from up north and you're going down south, I talk fast. So forgive me if I offend you. Y'all slow. Y'all, Jacksonville, you guys operate slow to a T. I don't know if it's because it's hot. Up north, we be the radio stations, commercials, everything fast, click, click, click. And down there, they slow. You go to AutoZone, it's like an old country. It's like the sloth off the B&V show. What's that called? There was this cartoon where it's an animal sloth that's doing the B&V. They operate that slow. Forgive me, Jacksonville, but you guys slowly do things. Like people say New York's are faster than people from Ohio. The thing that I noticed about Jacksonville is a lot of locals, you can tell the locals different from people that actually go there, but I was surprised of how many people from Ohio were in Jacksonville, how many people from out of state came to Jacksonville. And it was really hard to find a lot of locals. And there was one day I was driving the road and I seen all Ohio plates, and I thought I was in Ohio because I was surprised to see that many license plates from Ohio and Jacksonville. So a lot of people come from different areas that aren't locals. It has awesome military, naval stuff, bases, Navy and aerospace. Seafood there is awesome in Jacksonville. Ohio seafood's not good. Southern food down there, bang to a T. Culture down there, awesome. The downtown sucks. I have not figured out where else to go, but meetups in small groups and stuff online to meet people. Ohio, you gotta like already know people and already know where to go. Downtown, that's it. And that's kind of like if you're in college, because Akron U is so populated with college students. Tickets, Jacksonville International Airport. Tickets are like 3 times double than Akron Canton or Cleveland Airport. I don't know why. You have to like basically drive to Orlando and go to the Orlando airport to get a great deal. You can get a deal for like ticket for like an airplane ticket, $80. Where in Jacksonville it'll be like $250. For what? Why is Jacksonville? Why is your airport so expensive? But the trick is if you use iSpirit on certain days, like a Thursday or Friday, who flies on a Thursday or Friday during the day? You can use iSpirit and get a ticket for $50, $45, $70 max, back and forth from Jacksonville to Ohio. So I was gonna fly my brother out, but that didn't happen. This video is 23 minutes long. I'm gonna end it, and whoever's been watching me, thank you for hearing me ramble on. I like Florida. It has its pros and cons. Anywhere has its pros and cons. But that is kind of my experience with Jacksonville, my adjustment. And I'm back in Ohio and I'm not staying here. I'm sorry, I love you, family, but I'm leaving to go somewhere else, possibly the DMV area. So when I go to the DMV area, I'll do another review on how it is with that, which is probably going to be another culture shock because I've not lived in the metropolis area. Oh, the other thing about Jacksonville is everything is spread out. They have downtown Jacksonville, which is 20,000 freaking bridges, and it's very confusing. And then they have the beach. St. John Center is a great area. St. Augustine's a great area. A lot of stuff there is ancient. If you like to go see historic sightseeing things, St. Augustine has like this fort called Castle Day something. And it also has this wax museum and like alligator farm. They got alligators. Okay, they got bobcats in Jacksonville. They got poisonous spiders. They have giant roaches called palmetto bugs. They have there's a bobcat out the window. I thought it was a baby crying, but it was actually a bobcat call where it made me want to go outside and like help this little baby. But my husband was like, that is a bobcat. Don't go out there. It will eat you. I didn't know. I did not know. And then they got alligators, and alligators like every day on the news. It's like somebody got ate by alligator again when it's alligator season. Like this lady was walking her dog, and the alligator actually ate her, and the dog was running around loose because the alligator ate the woman instead of the dog. So that happens. Big boa snakes cross the road, and the police catch them and lift them up. Um, there's lizards everywhere, small lizards. There's iguanas everywhere too. Poisonous snakes, black widows, and bobcats. Yeah, and alligators. Yeah, that is a trip. Ohio. Mm-mm. Oh, and then nothing dies. Everything stays green. Everything. You don't know if it's March, spring, or fall or winter. It just stays green, which is beautiful like the first year. But then I'm like, I don't know what season it is. Like, I seriously, I'm like, where's fall? I miss fall completely. And that's like one of my favorite seasons where all the leaves change. I love fall in Ohio. I absolutely love it. Oh, and it's flat. The ground everywhere, flat. Ohio, in Florida is flat. Ohio is hilly. Hills everywhere. Flat forever. But the beautiful thing about Jacksonville is when you get close to the beach, you can see like the basins, and sometimes on high tide they'll be filled up, but then there's a smell of death and dead sea fish. When early in the morning when you go to the beach, it smells like dead fish because of the tide going in and out and everything that's dying because it didn't make it out to the ocean. The other thing I want to say, yeah, okay, so I got off track. It's beautiful. It's beautiful down there. Ohio's beautiful too. Fall is beautiful, and I really miss fall. The snow, I miss looking at it, but I hate the cold. I hate the cold. I've been in Ohio all my life. I hate the cold. It's 20 degrees right now. It feels like it's 0. I hate it. Can't even pump my gas. Like I have to pull the gas thing in Ohio, and it's supposed to like open up a latch. It was frozen, so I had to hit it. And I don't even have a scraper. So I had to like use my hat to scrape off the ice off my windshield. I do not miss that. It can go to heck where it came from. My 2-year-old daughter up there, y'all have accents down in Jacksonville. So she's the only one with a southern accent. And she's like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. So she sounds like a little southern Mickey Mouse with her little voice. I think that's cute. Y'all do have accents in Jacksonville. And I think that's it. That's all I know for now about Jacksonville. More shootings in Jacksonville, definitely. More murders, and off the coast of Jacksonville Beach, they did find a submarine filled with $1 million with cocaine. Some more things coming from offshore. So the news is hilarious. And that's it. That's my review. I think I like Florida better than Ohio, but I like Akron because my family's here, and that's the only con. And I miss Swenson's. Swenson's was the bomb. And Panini Subs, that was the bomb. But the food in Jacksonville, way better than Akron, way better than Ohio's food. The culture, diversity, awesome down there. Family oriented, really big on church values, really huge on the community down there. I'm in between half and half. I would move back to Florida. I don't think I would move back to Jacksonville. I don't know. Personal opinion. I would not move back to Ohio.
Some milk, Mom.
So here's temporary. That's it. Thank you for your time. If I have any comments, and I gotta go because the other one wants something to eat. Put in your comments, your thoughts. If you have any questions about Jacksonville or Akron, Ohio, if you're relocating, I will give you my input and everything I know. And thank you very much. Okay. Bye-bye.